This year's essay was about what can management and innovation learn from the arts and sciences. So like you well pointed out, I have background in theater making. So what do? I think a traditional approach is you think, let me create a story. And the way you do that is you say, what's the plot that I want to make? What are the characters? What are the different turns? What's the meaning? What feelings do I want to evoke in the audience? That's one approach. What we did though, we said, let's focus on the process. So we did a lot of group exercises in movement. For example, literally you're in a room and the rule is that you imagine that the floor is a grid. So everybody just walks, in a kind of grid-like fashion. And whenever you bump into somebody, you have some kind of reaction. And that was it. We did that for like 5-7 minutes. And then at the end we said, well, what did we like? What did we not like? Okay, let's try another exercise. We did that for a period of 2 days, right? And every time you'd say, okay, we like that, let's keep that thing. From this exercise, we said, okay, this is chaotic. Let's think about a train station. And different things started to evolve. And eventually we turned that into a story, and then that's when we really polished it. So what does this have to do with management and innovation? In an increasingly complex world, you have to focus more on the process than on the outcome. Much like us when we were trying to create a piece, a lot of times you can't come and say, I'm going to solve this problem in this way, because you don't know what you're dealing with. So the approach that we did in theater, which is what I think can be applied to innovation in management, is sure, you have certain constraints, sure, you have an objective, but you kind of have to let the process go for itself and then kind of evaluate, okay, what worked, what didn't work, okay, discard. And this is what Pixar does, for example, for their movies. Was it Finding Nemo when they first screened it to like a group of testers? People hated it. They said this is going to be a flop. But the people who did that, they didn't realize that the people from Pixar did. They said, okay, literally discard 50% of what we did. But this little thing worked. Let's keep working on that. So it's understanding that it's about the process and it's an iterative kind of thing. Or Facebook, right? When Facebook started, it wasn't profitable from the beginning. It was just this thing that was growing, right? And there's this great line in The Social Network, like, how are we going to make money out of this? And one of the guys, Justin Timberlake, responds, you don't even know what it is yet. So I think that that's the kind of approach that we're moving toward, where you have to be more flexible and it's more of a creative process. We'd like to think of it as, this is how you solve a business problem, but I think there's a lot more chaos going on.